name is Kaitlyn Petersen, and I'm with Ridgeline Realty, and I'm here today with Shannon Fowler, and she's a financial planner. And you want to introduce yourself, you can?
Yes, I am, like Kaitlyn said, I'm Shannon Fowler. I am a financial planner with Commonwealth Financial Group, and I've been in the business for about 15 years and just super passionate about helping people really map out their financial lives to just kind of get the most, maximize their financial potential. So,
perfect. Yeah. Okay. So today we're just going to go through kind of some common questions about financial planning and why you need it. So
that's great. So one question that came up today, or a common thread that I hear a lot is, I don't have any money, so do I really need to talk to you? And my answer is always yes. A financial plan is really for anyone. You don't have to have a lot of assets. You don't have to be making crazy amounts of money. It really is for everyone. It's just basically laying the foundation and building, having good building blocks to really design the life that you want and know where you want to go. And so I like to use the analogy of, having a roadmap for going across country. Like, if you don't have a map, you can likely get there because you have a general sense of the direction that you want to go, but you can usually get there much more efficiently with less headaches, frustration, cost, if you do have a map or a plan in place. And having somebody alongside you, to walk alongside you and really help you implement that plan is also a huge,
So what kind of things are you talking about on the roadmap? Are you talking about a will? Are you talking about investing? Like, what do you mean by that?
Yeah, so all of those really fall into, I am into the holistic financial planning. So I'm not just concerned about just your assets. That's one piece, and that's definitely important, but we want to look at protection planning and making sure you're protected, that you are your biggest asset. So like, your ability to make money is your biggest asset. So making sure you're protected, making sure your spouse is protected, in case anything were to come up. If you have little kids, making sure that they're taken care of, and just really having the protection planning in place, having the right estate documents to make sure that your wishes are carried out if you become incapacitated or if something happens to you. The last thing that you want to have happen is something happens and you're, to you or someone you love, and you're in a grieving state, and then you have to fight with probate and do all of these different things. And so if you can be proactive instead of reactive on the estate planning side and making sure you have a will or a power of attorney or healthcare directive, then your wishes are carried out and it just causes less chaos. Investments, like I said, definitely a piece of that. Making sure you're being efficient with your dollars, because there's usually three parties that are interested in our money. So there's us, there's the IRS, and then there's financial institutions. And so most of the time, the IRS definitely gets the largest piece of the pie. We tend to get the smallest, which is super frustrating. So being more efficient with those dollars now can help set you up much better down the road as well.
And do you do life insurance as well? Is that something you talk about with your clients?
100%. So that's definitely a piece of the pie as well. And what I like to tell my clients is, I am not an insurance agent, an insurance salesperson, but I can definitely represent you to the world of insurance. So I am not just trying to sell you insurance, but it's definitely something that we talk about.
But like finding the right one.
Exactly, and finding the right policy for you, finding the right amount of coverage, because that's always a big question too, is like, how much do I need? And a lot of times people are very underinsured, or they think that because they have life insurance through their employer that that's probably enough. And when I'm going through with my clients, there's a lot to be discovered, and there's a lot that we want to utilize with their employer if they have benefits, and then we can supplement and fill in the gaps, and I can definitely help them secure that insurance as well.
So just because you have life insurance doesn't mean it's
100%
what you need.
Exactly.
And does life insurance change per state? Because I moved here from Texas, and so if I had life insurance there, would I need different here? Does it really matter?
No, it should. You're covered across state lines. You want to make sure that you have the right amount of coverage and it's the right type of policy for where you are in life. So there's two main types of insurance. There's permanent life insurance and there's term insurance. A lot of times when we're just getting started or we have little kids and our income might not necessarily be as high, term insurance might be more of the way to go because it's usually much more cost effective. You can get usually a lot of coverage for a small amount of premium, so it doesn't cost you a lot, but you can take care of a lot more things. But it's kind of like renting. Term insurance is like renting, whereas permanent life insurance is more like buying. So you can use permanent life insurance as a investment as well. And so the thing that what I tell my clients, if you don't use it, you lose it, is when it comes to term, is what term insurance essentially is. It's just like car insurance, it's just like home insurance. Whereas permanent insurance is more of a building block. You can use it as an investment, but you also have the death benefit in case anything were to happen. You still have the death benefit attached to it.
Okay. Anything else? Let's see.
Another big question too is like, if you do have life insurance and you're paying the premiums each year, and say you become, ill or disabled, I will always usually add a waiver of premium option to the insurance policy, and it's usually super cost effective. It's not much more money, but what that is it puts a protection in place in case anything were to happen to you. Your premium is waived if you become disabled or seriously ill. So
okay. And do you look at like car insurance and that kind of thing, or you just kind of like say, yeah, you should have that?
Yeah, I mean, that's something that I do touch on with my clients every year. So when it comes to the holistic planning, really making sure that you're buttoned up in all facets of your life. So I do like to touch on that at least once a year, making sure you have the right amount of coverage for your home policy and for your auto.
Okay.
Because life changes, things change, and so just making sure that all of that stuff's up to date as well.
Okay, and so what should I expect if I make an appointment with you today?
Yeah, that's a great question. So if we were to sit down, my biggest concern is like, what are you looking to accomplish? Like, if we were to, meet in a year from now, what needs to happen throughout the course of the year? Because I like to work with my clients on an annual basis. So I'm walking alongside you for the entire year. What would you like to see happen if we're meeting a year from today? What will make you feel good about this relationship? So understanding where you are currently, where you want to go. I'm really big on the educational piece around things. I want you to understand why we're doing the things that we're doing, not just telling you what to do. So the initial consultation is just basically having a conversation to find out what you're looking for, see if I can help you, and explaining how I work with clients. And then if it sounds like a great fit, then we can talk about next steps and moving forward. And I always tell people if it's not a good fit, at least I can give you some pointers or some information and leave you better than.
So if I come, should I have like my bank statements and like my husband there?
That's a good question.
Like, what do I need to bring?
So when there is a spouse involved, I like to have both.
Everybody there.
Yeah, exactly. Because it's just, it's a better experience for everyone. If you guys make decisions together, then it's definitely worth having both there. Sometimes I will hear, well, my husband does all of that, or my wife handles all of this, and that's great. But you hopefully are having conversations behind the scenes. So if everybody's on the same page, it's a better experience all around. And so in that first consultation, I mean, you can bring anything that you'd like me to look at, but that's something that we're going to dive deeper into in the meetings after that initial consultation. Yeah.
Okay. And you can answer this if you want. How do you get paid for stuff?
That's a good question now, and I like to be very transparent on that as well. So I charge a fee for the plan, and what that does is I am acting as a fiduciary. And so because I charge a fee for the plan, it eliminates the uncomfortable environment of feeling like you have to buy something from me. If I were to put a plan together for you for free, then you kind of feel like you have to maybe implement some investments or buy some insurance. And we don't want any of that. I'm acting as a fiduciary, so all of the recommendations, the strategy, and everything that goes into it, the fee compensates me for my time and knowledge and the team behind me that helps, build the plans and do all of, put all of that together. And so the fee just eliminates that uncomfortable environment. And then if there is something that we need to supplement, like if you need more life insurance, or if there is an investment that you want to get involved in, I can still represent you for that, and then I'm paid by those companies. But that's just another way that I'm paid. But the fee is where I like to really walk alongside you for the year.
Cool.
Yeah.
What else should we talk about?
That's a great question.
I think that's good.
Yeah.
You want to talk about the event we're doing?
Yeah, that'd be great.
Because we're, out of time, I think.
No, that's perfect. So we are having an event next Thursday in Clearfield at 6 p.m. And we are having an estate planner that is coming in and having a conversation around the pillars of forming your estate. I will also be talking about financial planning and insurance as well.
And I'm just hosting it, and I'm bringing wine.
Yeah, so it's,
I just felt like, okay, I need all of these things, and I need to be an adult, and I need to talk to someone about it, and I'm sure other people do too.
Yeah.
And I think that there is a misconception that you have to have money to have a will and to have all of these things, when in reality, nobody wants to go to probate.
No.
And everybody needs to have these kinds of things in place. So that's why I kind of formed this
that's awesome.
event. And so if you want to join the event, click the link below and register for that. And we'll hope to see you there. And Shannon will be there. She'll answer any question you have. I will be there learning and taking lots of notes as well.
Yeah.
So
we would love to see you guys. All of this stuff, they don't teach us this stuff in school, so it's just something that we like to provide some value wherever we can, and just really shame-free, guilt-free, like just talking about all of the things that might make your life go a little smoother. So
awesome.
yeah.
Okay.
Excited to see
we'll
you
hope
guys.
to see you there.
Yes.
Bye.
Bye.